Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. Don't mind my hair. I mean, it's always been like this. So, don't think that I didn't take a shower and all that. But it is bed hair. I'll say that right now. But anyways, um, I want to talk about what could we see in the new Twisted Metal game. Now, I've talked about how the new Twisted Metal game could fail. How could it fail? So if you want to see that video, the link will be in the description box of how the new Twisted Metal game could fail, like the free-to-play stuff. But let's talk about what should be in the game. The free online play. If it is free online play, from what I'm hearing, um, I think we should create our own characters. I think we should create our own vehicles. But not other than that, I think we should finally get out of our vehicles, get out of our cars, so we can walk around, maybe shoot up a couple of vehicles, um, kind of like Grand Theft Auto. But the only difference is that if you get out of your vehicle, you're more vulnerable to getting hit and run over by a Twisted Metal vehicle, and you will instantly die. It makes sense. It does make sense. Look at Twisted Metal Black. When you explode as a character, you can literally run them over and you get extra health. You could do that. You could do that. You can bring that back. The only difference is that don't make it like GTA Online. That's just so messed up and so fucked up that no one doesn't want to play it. Please don't do that. Please don't. Because that's really what's going to make and break the game, at least for me. You can look at GTA Online and you can be like, yeah, that is successful. Fuck all the Twisted Metal fans. We're doing that. You can literally do that if you want. I guarantee you right now, it will not work, and people will look at you like scum, and people will not play your game. And I doubt that Sony wants that. Because look, Sony really wants a franchise right now, especially for PlayStation. So they need something. And the only thing that they see right now is Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal has been around since literally the PS1 era. So they need something right now. They do. They need something. They can't afford for this to fuck up. They can't. They can't afford for the TV show and the video game to fuck up. They can't. They can't. And yes, you can complain about Sweet Tooth twerking. Good God, a killer clown twerking. I'll say this right now. You will never see it. Stephen King's It do that. Even in the remake, they never did that. Thank goodness, because they knew what they were making, and they respected the character, and they respected how the character is. I'd better not see Sweet Tooth twerk in this fucking new TV series. I better not, because if I do, I'm done. I'm done. Because I gave this show a chance. It looked fun from the trailers, but if you're going to do that shit, I'm done. I'm done. I'd rather have John Doe twerk than fucking Sweet Tooth, in my opinion. Because at least with his character, from what I see from the trailer, it will kind of make sense. But Sweet Tooth, I'm done. I'm done. It's like having Mr. Grimm do it, or freaking Axel. I'm done. Oh, freaking Calypso. I'm done. Seriously. And I get what they're trying to do. They want to cater to these freaking stupid people that don't know Twisted Metal. That's the thing. Show them what Twisted Metal is. Don't cater to them to think that it's like this, and then when they play the games, it's not like that at all. You know? That's why I have a problem with Square Enix. So don't do that. Don't cater to certain groups that don't give a fuck about the franchise or the game in general. Just make a good Twisted Metal game that the fans will enjoy, and then add something new, like going out of your vehicle, shooting shit. Maybe not as powerful as you are in the vehicle, which I wouldn't mind anyways. I know some people would be like, oh, once I'm out of the vehicle, I'm so vulnerable. Yeah, no shit. Duh. It's all about car combat. But when you get out of your vehicle, you try to grab something, or you're trying to go to your... Because I thought of this. I made like a little map. I didn't bring it here, but I drew like a little map showing that what you could do in a Twisted Metal game that is open world, and you can get out of your car. For example, you can have your own house that you can go into your own house and buy all the weapons that you could put in your vehicle, or your own weapons that you could put outside of your own vehicle. When you're walking around and stuff like that. But there's also money involved, meaning that there's certain things that you can't buy until you get that certain money. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Why wouldn't you? It'd be more incentive to you to get more weapons and everything like that, and more incentive for you to go out there to get what you need to get, more money. And also, if you beat these characters, like if you beat the character either a combat or either like for example, say you know how in Twisted Metal Black you destroy the vehicle. Okay, you can get money from that. But if you run them over, you get a little bit extra money, basically. But if you're out of your vehicle and they explode and you shoot just their character while they're on fire and they die, you get a little bit of money. You don't get as much money as you should, but you get a little bit of money. So again, you should do a balance. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to convey here, of like doing a balance type of thing with Twisted Metal. That's just me. I know some people might argue with that, but like, oh, why is this not this and that not that? Because it's a balance. If you're strong in the vehicle, you need to be weak when you're out of the vehicle. That's just me. You should be. You should be weak when you're out of your vehicle. That's just me as a person. Now I know some people might be like, "Oh, that's fucked up. That's stupid." For crying out loud, in Twisted Metal 1, you have guys that had freaking bazookas with jetpacks, and they were shooting you, and they took your life out. Well, then have that as a reference. Maybe it could be like different types of weapons that you hold outside of your vehicle can destroy other vehicles than other weapons. You could do that. If you had a machine gun or a rocket launcher that you shoot at Sweet Tooth, for example, and he explodes because he has low health, well, there you go. You know, now you can collect that money that you killed him. You know, since you destroy the vehicle outside of your own vehicle, you won't get as much money, but you get a pretty good amount, basically. You know, so it's like you get half of the money, basically. But if you say for example, if you kill the character in the car, then they come outside on fire and you run them over or something like that, or you get out. If you run them over, you get that extra money. That's good. But if you get out of your car and kill them, then that means you get half of that money. And that's what I would have done. That's just things that they don't even have to do this. I'm just throwing things that could work that could work, because it could work. It could. If you have a passion for this stuff, you know it will work. And it can fit well. You need to be different from Grand Theft Auto. You don't have to be exactly like Grand Theft Auto. You need to be different from other. You have to be different from other games that are like a fighting game, like Super Smash Brothers, Tekken, and Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and also SOULCALIBUR. You need to be different from these games, right? And you're a car combat game. But if you're going to have the character finally get out of the vehicle, which I've been dying for you guys to do ever since Twisted Metal Black, like I couldn't stand, like David Jaffe pointed out that, yeah, maybe we should have done it in Twisted Metal Black, but we didn't have to, which I agree, you didn't have to, because it was basically the Gran Turismo of Twisted Metal, which that right there, you know, David Jaffe felt like, yeah, let's go with that. To me, once I heard that, I'm all like, yeah, the Gran Turismo of Twisted Metal? Yeah, Twisted Metal Black is that. You know what? I don't mind that. That's good. So, but we should have a Twisted Metal game that's like a Grand Theft Auto game at this time. Because Twisted Metal 2012 was not like that, which was upsetting. And it held the game back a little bit. And not also that, it also held the game back to what it could have been. Because imagine going out your vehicle and having your own little hub area of your own house, grabbing stuff, then going back to your vehicle and driving around. And then there'd be certain sections in the map that you can go to. Like, for example, you go to Hollywood, then you go here to New York, for example, or you go to Texas over here or something like that. You could do that if you want. You could do that if you want. And then it depends who you're playing. If you're playing a certain character, like Sweet Tooth, he could be somewhere else in the map. And you could start off right there on the map. That's why you should do that. That would be great. And the same thing if you make your custom creation character. You know, and if you make your custom creation character, have them play in the Twisted Metal competition, and then when you win, you should be selected to what wish you want: a better vehicle, a better special, so you know, and some other things that you would do that will probably fuck you over anyways because it's Twisted Metal. You know, so pick something. You know, you could do anything with Twisted Metal as long as you have the bare minimums of how to make the wish come true, basically, of how Twisted Metal should be, then that'd be great. How cool would it have been if you make a character, right? Or you could do this with all the characters. How great would it have been if you play a Sweet Tooth, and then you play the game, and then you could choose what different ending for Sweet Tooth. You could be like, I want a better weapon for Sweet Tooth. I want a better vehicle for Sweet Tooth. That'd be dope. That'd be awesome. And they give you more incentive to play more. Because at that point, you'd be like, holy shit, does Axel have a different vehicle? Does Shadow? Does Hammerhead? Does Mr. Slam? Does my own vehicle do it? Yo, something like that. And I'll say this right now. If the new Twisted Metal game does not show you can create your own car and your own character, that's how you know right there that they did not give a fuck, or they just didn't thought about it and they just don't care because they just stick it to the formula and it's going to die off. Because there's a lot of people out here that think Twisted Metal is outdated and it hasn't evolved, which you're not wrong, but at the same time, it should. When it came to Twisted Metal 12, you should have came out of the vehicle. You should already have people already fighting you in other vehicles instead of just you and you alone. That's why I always had a problem with the David Jaffe team, because all of you guys just want all the cars to come after you. How come that's not an option? Or do you want the cars to come after you, or do you want them to fight each other but also fight you? Like in Twisted Metal 3 and 4. That's why I love Twisted Metal 3 and 4, because the cars actually fight back with each other. If you're far away and you're trying to collect weapons in Twisted Metal 4, all of a sudden you hear a scream in the background. Oh, someone died. That's awesome. That's great. Because it told you right there there's something happening in the background that you're not seeing. That was authentic. That made it more real. That made it more feel like that you in the game world, in my opinion. Because when you do what you did with the thing is, what 989 Studios kind of understand and understand what Twisted Metal had to change. They didn't change the fact that I did wish 989 Studios changed the fact with Twisted Metal that you can get out of your vehicle, so people can look at that and be like, "Yo, you can actually do this." The thing is, have you ever played the game? Damn, what's that game, man? Harvest. What is it? Was it Rockstar actually made that game? Something Harvest. You know how you can go in your vehicle and then get out and all that stuff? They should pay homage to that game. Body Harvest. That's what it is. I didn't even have to look it up. Body Harvest for the N64. That game is literally GTA 3 before GTA 3. And that game is beautiful. That game is amazing. It does have flaws, like you won't save until you beat the boss, and then you can save. Which, it feels kind of archaic, but at the same time, I can see why people hate that, But, it's still fun. And I feel like Rockstar should remake that game, or re-release the game on PSN stores so people can play it, or on the Nintendo platform, because it originally came out from the Nintendo system. So I would love for Body Harvest to come back. But the reason I mentioned Body Harvest is because it's a great example to make a Twisted Metal game. Look at Body Harvest. Look at Crash Team Racing. Grab those aspects of those games and put them together to make a great Twisted Metal game. I know you can do it. The thing is, if you look at the other Twisted Metal games and you're like, oh, we can't get out of the vehicle because people get pissed off, then you're telling me that Twisted Metal cannot evolve. And this has nothing to do with Final Fantasy. Because I know some people will be like, oh, but you say this with Twisted Metal, but you won't say this with Final Fantasy. Yeah, because Final Fantasy already established what they have. With Twisted Metal, they kind of established what they have, but they didn't went forward of what they wanted to. Even the developers, the original Twisted Metal was supposed to be open world, like GTA, but they cut it down because the game would have been short. How come you can't have an open world game and have selected characters that you can pick, and then you play that open world game for that selective character, and then there's a whole bunch of characters that are coming after you, or they coming after each other, or coming after each other and you, and you can win a tournament, to be quite honest. I'm hoping I find my DS soon, my 3DS, because I can't find my 3DS. Because I've been working on my freaking video game, and I can't find my 3DS to save my life right now. I can't even find my PSP. I don't know what the fuck happened to it. I might have to get a new one, which is sad. Because I had two DSs, 3DSs, and now they're nowhere to be found. I'm sure I'm going to find them, and I'm going to kick my ass when I do find them, and I buy another system for them. But at least I got the games. Because I'm making a game in RPG Maker Fez on the DS, and I guarantee you, I can make a better Twisted Metal RPG game than anybody else. I feel like the next Twisted Metal game, like, well, not really, because the Twisted Metal game that I'm thinking that I'm making in my game now is basically Final Fantasy meets Twisted Metal. Because it was paying homage to Kingdom Hearts and all that stuff, which it still is. It's just that now that I'm playing more Twisted Metal, I'm just like, we need to call combat games again. And you know what? We're gonna make that. We're gonna do that. And my game is still it's still infant stage, you know. So, and the thing is too, at least with my game that I'm making, you can go to different areas, and there's certain areas that you can't go, in my opinion, that you can't bring your car. For example, if you go into a cave, since it's playing into RPGs, you can't go inside a cave with your car. But for some reason, you could go inside a freaking dark castle with your vehicle. That's just how I'm going to be with my game, because it's fun that way. And it's kind of funny that way, too. When you know, you can look at it and you'll be like, son of a bitch, what the hell is that? And you make fun of it and have fun with it at the same time. You know game developers do that on purpose just to have a good time. Because if you're a game developer or you're making a game on RPG Maker Fez or any RPG Maker, you know you're going to make something that is ridiculous and out there, mainly because you've been working on it for such a long time. You kind of understand and understand how these game developers work at that point. And it gives you more respect of how these games work and how these game developers make their games. So that's one of the reasons why I love RPG Maker, mainly because they made me fall in love more with gaming in general, and it made me fall in love how the art style is. Like how the art generally is with these video games. And I feel like Twisted Metal could do that. It should do that. It should. We should finally get out of our vehicles in Twisted Metal. How cool would it be to get playing as Sweet Tooth as a vehicle, then getting out and playing as Needles Cane? That's dope. That is fucking dope. And then Marcus comes out of nowhere with his freaking roadkill car and starts shooting you, and then you blow up and shit. That would be funny. Imagine getting out of your own vehicle and they shoot you and you die, but you still explode like you're inside your own vehicle. To be quite honest, add that in, because that's how Twisted Metal is. For crying out loud, like it's like Looney Tunes. You grab a freaking dynamite, put it in your freaking pocket, and all of a sudden it blows up. It is. Twisted Metal is like that sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes it is. Especially when you play the game. That's just me as a fan. Hey, if you disagree, that's fine. You know, but I wouldn't be surprised in the future if they made a Twisted Metal character that's paying homage to Looney Tunes characters. You know, like I'm surprised we haven't already. To be quite honest with you, because it makes sense. You have a cartoon character that drives a cartoon vehicle that cannot die no matter what, which will make sense in the Twisted Metal lore, because if you play as Spectre, for example, and you beat a story, well, that's a story. But because you killed all the characters off, so they're all dead, you know? So it depends what vehicle you're playing, but it depends. But now, if you put certain vehicles, like, again, for example, Spectre is a ghost, right? So if I'm playing a Sweet Tooth and I killed Spectre, Spectre's not really dead. He can come back in the next game because he's a ghost, you know? And at least in the first Twisted Metal game. That's what I'm trying to convey. So, alright, sorry guys, let's just pause the video real quick. So, at the end of the day, should Twisted Metal, the new game, should be a game that I'm talking about. You should get out of your vehicle, do what you need to do, and you can get in your vehicle anytime you want. Obviously, like GTA, like I said. But if they don't do that, it'd be sad. I mean, it is free to play. So maybe if they don't do that and they hear our criticisms, they'll be like, all right, fine. Here's your option for you to get out of your vehicle. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Because at this time, I think Twisted Metal deserves it. Twisted Metal deserves to evolve to the fact that it should stay. That's the one thing that me and other Twisted Metal fans feel like. Twisted Metal should be a franchise that should be in all the PlayStation games. I love Twisted Metal. I do. And if someday, like what we see in gaming right now, if it goes to Xbox or Nintendo, it might go to Nintendo. I could see Twisted Metal go to Nintendo, to be quite honest with you. But hey, if in the future, if Sony's gone and Twisted Metal goes to Nintendo or Xbox, I'm going right there. Wherever Twisted Metal's going, I'm going. To be quite honest with you, all right. It could be any Sometimes I was like that with Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy, but when it comes to Twisted Metal, I grew up with that shit, and I want the series to do better. Because right now, from what I'm seeing from Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy, they're not doing better. But with Twisted Metal, it hasn't got to that point yet, and it could from the TV series alone, and from the new game. If the new game fails, at least we got the TV series. If the TV series fails, at least we got the game. All right, sorry about that. So that's just me. So that's just me as a Twisted Metal fan. If you disagree, that's fine. But you should admit that we should get out of our vehicles by this point. Because the fact that we don't is kind of fucked up and stupid, in my opinion. And the fact that only your own vehicles, or only the vehicles go after you and not fight each other is bullshit. Like I said, the David Jaffe team, they didn't understand and understand that. Yeah, you can see the AI grabbing a health packet or grabbing some weapons, but overall they were still going after you and you only, not the other characters. And yet you look at Twisted Metal 3 and 4 and say that, oh, they're crap. They're crap. But the AI is so much better than 1 and 2. And Black and Head On and Small Brawl. And I love these games. I do. But good God, guys, we need to you gotta get rid of the nostalgia shit. You really do. Just because I grew up with Twisted Metal 4 does not mean I look at Twisted Metal 4 as like, oh, the masterpiece that it is. It's not. It's still my top 5 Twisted Metal games because it introduced me to Twisted Metal. But other than that, it's not like Black. It's not like Head On. And it's definitely not like Twisted Metal 1 and 2. But I rather play Twisted Metal 3 and 4 mainly because it's a literally legit call combat game. Instead of like the other ones that everyone's coming after you and you're like, yo, what the hell's going on? Why is everyone coming after me? And the thing is, if you want that, you can change it either in the settings or with a password. Don't bring the passwords back in Twisted Metal. Please don't. Don't do that. I'm glad that they didn't do that with Black and also with the 2012 one. And the thing is, they didn't do that with Twisted Metal 4 or even Small Ball. But with 4 was like, hey, you want to use these passwords? Well, these passwords are going to do certain things that make you pretty awesome and pretty powerful in the game. Basically, it's not like something that it was in previous Twisted Metal games before 4. There we go. Because I was trying to say prior, but I couldn't even say the word. Excuse me. So, this game should be at least a Game of the Year contender. If you follow some of the stuff that I was talking about, you don't have to agree with everything, but there's certain things that should be in the next Twisted Metal game that you should agree with. And if they don't have some of these stuff that I mentioned, it's just going to fail. It's going to fail. For crying out loud, you already promoted the series as like this goofy thing, and at first I'm like, like the original series is kind of like that too. It doesn't take itself too seriously. But then when you see Sweet Tooth twerking, when you see Needles Kane twerking, this is a man that killed his family in the video games, and this is a man that doesn't give a fuck about Calypso and killed him. And you have him twerking like this? I'm convinced that is Needles Kane's son or his daughter. Because that is not Needles Kane. Needles Kane is a crazy motherfucker. Alright? Get that character right. He's a crazy motherfucker that has humor, but will literally destroy you any chance he gets. Seriously. You should not look at Twisted Metal 3 and 4 and be like, oh, that's how he is. No, he's a psychopath, like he is in Twisted Metal 3 and 4, but he's not what you think he is. Because people look at him and be like, oh, he's just a clown. No, he's more than that. Him wearing a clown mask, him wearing a clown makeup is just a switch of personality. Why? Because he's Marcus Kane. That's how I know these people don't. That's how I know these people don't know what Needles Kane is. Needles Kane is really Marcus Kane, a guy that's fighting inside his own brain. And sometimes he becomes his own self, and other times his other personality takes over. And sometimes in other games he has another personality called Minion. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. You could do so much with that. That's the same thing that I talked about with the TV show. But if you're not going to do anything with that, then why are we making a Twisted Metal game? Why are we making a Twisted Metal game? Just because, oh, we need a fucking series and a franchise? That's the same shit that you did back when Ghostbusters 2016 came out. I hate to mention that because it's 2016. We don't even have to talk about 2016. It's 2023. But the fact that I still need to talk about that movie, mainly because that's how Sony was thinking of, I was just like, what are you doing? And don't censor none of the shit. Don't censor none of the shit that you need to censor. For example, I made a video saying that don't censor the monuments that you're gonna blow up. Don't censor that shit. That's what a whole part of Twisted Metal is all about. Blowing up shit that you can't blow up in your life. You know? And bringing in the supernatural elements, man. I know some people love Twisted Metal Black, but the supernatural elements are the key factor of Twisted Metal. Look at Calypso. He's a supernatural character. If you know his backstory. He is. He's a supernatural character. For crying out loud, in Twisted Metal 1, you have Ash, you have Mr. Grimm, and you have Spectre. Come on, guys. And then the ending to freaking Yellow Jacket. Come on, guys. Come on. Twisted Metal is all about supernatural. And even Twisted Metal Black has some supernatural elements también that some people don't like to think about or don't like to like convey. But there's still some supernatural elements in that game. Not as much, but it's hinted. And it's briefly hinted. And I'd rather have that than anything. If you do that in a new TV show, I wouldn't mind. I'll be like, oh, that's cool. Because the reason I mentioned the supernatural element is because Sweet Tooth's hair was on fire. Is there any supernatural element in the new TV series? Is there any supernatural element that's in the new game? I want to know. Tell me. Because if the game is paying homage to the TV show, then, I mean, if the TV show was great, then you're doing a good job. But if the TV show sucks, no one's going to play your game. That's why I'd rather have it being a standalone type of thing than being a tie-in. Because if you have it a standalone, it could be fine. It could be safe from the TV series. Just saying. But some people don't want to think about that, or some people that don't want to convey that. And I'm not talking about the fans. I'm talking about mostly the people that are making this game. If you feel that way, then you should never make this game to begin with. There's already a false flag with me, with people that are making this game. Because they made a call combat game that no one doesn't give a fuck about. And you're going to have these people make Twisted Metal free to play. It sounds like they're all fans of Twisted Metal, but at the same time, they made a call combat game that no one doesn't give a fuck about. So, why are you going to make them make it? You know? That's just me, man. It could be possible that they make it gold. Okay? But I don't want them to look at Twisted Metal and be like, okay, we can make that, and we can make money out of it. At that point, you failed. You failed. You failed. Because that was your goal, money. Instead of your goal of making something good and having everyone come in. Because you know you're going to get the money anyways. Sorry. If you know you're going to make a good product, and you know that the original fans are going to come, and you're going to get new fans too, then obviously you're going to make the money. How does that make sense? If you don't think you're not gonna make money, then at that point, if you don't think you're not gonna make the money just by making a good game and you're just focusing on the money by doing microtransactions and all that shit like GTA Online, then you failed. and you're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me literally when I play this game. Like when I play this game and it's like GTA Online, like shit, then I'm never playing this game again. I just play the old Twisted Metal games and maybe watch a TV show if it's really good, which most likely it is. And then we could get more Twisted Metal stuff. Because if the game sucks and the TV show was great, guess what? We're gonna get more Twisted Metal TV stuff. And I guarantee you, if one Twisted Metal game is bad, they will look at it and be like, all right, let's improve upon it and let's adapt from it. That's what they did with Twisted Metal 3. If you play Twisted Metal 4, 99 Studios took the criticisms from 3 and made the game 10 times better in 4. 4 still has flaws, of course, but it's not as much flaws as it is with 3. You know? So that's why I kind of like that they took that criticism, because some people might be like, oh no, fuck it, we're doing what we want to. Go ahead, but the game is gonna suck and it's gonna suffer, and we're not gonna care for it. So hopefully, guys can hopefully the people that are making this game know what they're doing. They better know what they're doing, because you talking about a franchise. The thing is, I don't want these people to look at this franchise and be like, oh, it's a small majority of a group. Let's ruin it by giving it to the public, like you did with Kingdom Hearts 3. And now, Kingdom Hearts is not cool anymore. I don't want Twisted Metal to be like that. Twisted Metal is cool, and if you put it for the mass public, eventually it's not going to be cool anymore. Why? Because the mass public is going to because you guys are going to cater to the mass public, and the mass public don't know what they want. Just cater to the hardcore fans and do new stuff that we've been asking for, like get out of your vehicle and then do these certain stuff that I mentioned. Because at that point, you would get new people and be like, holy shit, you can get out of your vehicle now and do all this stuff like in GTA? Oh, I'm definitely playing that. Come on, guys. That's not hard. And if you think it is, then you should not be making this game, and you should not be making any games. And that's how I'm going to end the video right now. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, be safe, and tell me what you think about this video. Do you think the new Twisted Metal game is going to be great? Do you think that certain things that I point out are going to be in the new Twisted Metal game? Or do you think that, hey, it should just be a tradition Twisted Metal game and nothing should change? At that point, you want the series to die, because it hasn't evolved from what I've literally told you. So I'll see you guys and be safe.